friends.
I'm Jordan.
And I'm Amy.
And
together we're not your average stitchers.
Thank you so much for joining us again. We are back with our WIP Parade.
It's going to be a long one. We have a lot to show you today.
So grab a drink and grab your stitching and enjoy. And we also want to say thank you to everyone who has liked and commented and subscribed on our last video. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much. And thank you for all the sweet comments, especially for Colt.
Oh, he has been loving that part. He's been so excited.
Okay, so Jordan, do you want to start off with your first WIP?
Sure. All right, my first WIP is At Home by With Thy Needle and Thread. And this one, we're actually stitching it together. We stitch it one day a month. And I am stitching mine on 32 count Dune by Atomic Ranch, using all of the called for thread, stitching it 2 over 2. And this fabric is absolutely amazing to stitch on. I love it.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
So just a heads up, my WIPs are just in no particular order. I just went through, grabbed every bag, wrote down what I remember from starting it, because some of these are pretty old. So I'm going to give you the information that I remember, but if at any point you want to ask us a question, just leave us a comment and one of us will get back to you with more information.
Yes.
So my first WIP is Christmas Rolls, and it's by Primrose Cottage.
That's so cute.
And I'm doing mine on 32 count Basalt Splash. And I'm just going to use the called for DMC. And this one I just started this last week while I was on vacation.
The white really pops on that fabric.
It's turned out pretty cute.
It does. Okay, my next WIP is Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow. And this one I started back in 2022. Can you
Time to
believe
get that one going.
I know. So on this one, I am taking out the 2 Halloween blocks because I just want it to be all fall. I'm stitching it on a 25 count Potato Lugana, 1 over 1, and I'm using the DMC. So I have 2 fully completed blocks, and then I started a third actually just last week.
I love that one.
I do too. I'm using this as part of my temperature stitching to hopefully
get some more
work done on it.
And WIP number 2 for me is Peacock, and it's by Cottage Garden Sampler. And I'm doing this one on a 32 count green Lugana. And I am doing a floss conversion on this. So if you would like to know more, I can give you that if you want to send it over to me. But it's actually one that I found from another floss tuber.
So cute.
And it's supposed to be a Christmas present, but I don't know if we're going to get it done.
I believe in you. You got this. All right, the next one that I have started is Autumn Love by Lori Holt. And this one we actually started together at a Stitch West retreat, and I think it was 2022 also, but I could not remember for sure. And this one is stitched on 28 count Mushroom Lugana, 2 over 2, and I'm using all of the called for colors. And I'm about halfway done with it, I believe.
That's so cute, and I never get mine out.
I know, because it's so ginormous.
Did we do the same fabric?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I couldn't remember what fabric I did mine on.
Yep, same fabric.
Okay. So this one we're also doing together, and we try to work on 12 strands a month.
Yes.
So we're just supposed to put 12 strands a month in on this one. But this one is The Fruits of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery. And I'm doing mine on a 20 count Ada that's from Atomic Ranch. And there's no name, it's just a number. And then I'm using Anchor Floss 0044, 1033, and 1036. Sorry if I'm squinting. I wear glasses. But there's a glare. So this is as far as I've gotten. And we've actually done quite a bit this year just by doing a little each month.
Yes.
And I also got my inspiration from somebody who did the same kind of colors on Instagram.
I love those colors together. Yeah, doing just 12 strands a month is not like an overwhelming goal. And it's like just the perfect amount of stitching, I think.
It's just one day, pretty much one day of stitching, you can get your 12 strands in.
Yeah. Okay, my next one is Bookworm by Dragon Muse, charted by Hade, or Heaven and Earth Designs, if you've never heard that before. This is a full coverage design. And I started this in March of this year.
It's amazing in person. It is so
I wish you
gorgeous.
could all see it in person. I decided to try diagonal stitching. It's 1/1 on 28 count Lugana. And I absolutely love it. I'm trying to do 6,000 stitches a month, which hasn't always happened, but that's my goal.
It's awesome. Okay, and then this one is All Creatures, Great and Small by Barbara Anna Designs. I'm doing it on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha Newcastle. And I'm just going to do the called for DMC. And 20 count and 40 count, I'm doing just one floss. But this is how far I've gotten so far.
Beautiful. Love the little barn. So cute.
It is so cute.
All right, my next one is out of the Home for the Holidays book by Blackbird Designs. And it is Christmas Garden. So this one, I saw a model stitched at the Craft Center of Fine Stitchery in different colors. So I have changed the colors on it. So this one is stitched on a 25 count Potato Lugana 1/1 full cross. And I have changed the red to Ruby Slippers by Weeks Dye Works. The green is Moss by Weeks Dye Works. The tan color, goldish tan color, is Straw, Weeks Dye Works. And then the brown is Havana by Weeks Dye Works. And this one, I think I'm almost halfway done also. So.
You have a lot, way more done than I do.
And I forgot.
I gotta catch up.
I forgot she even started this one.
And like I said in our first video, I really like big projects. So I don't know why, but this one has always just drawn my attention. So this one is the Anton Uffendell by Hands Across the Sea. And I am doing it on a 32 count limestone Lugana. And it's called for DMC. It's going to be a blanket. It is huge. And I've only done this much. But it is ginormous.
I don't even know if you have it all on the camera. Yeah, you do. Okay.
So I've kind of stopped because it's huge.
Are you going to keep going with it, or do you think you're going to start out on a smaller count?
Nope, I'm going to keep going.
You're going to keep going?
I'm going to keep going.
Hey, her and those baps.
It'll be beautiful. Might make it into a quilt, but...
Hey, you could do a wall hanging.
Something.
Okay, my next WIP is Farmhouse Christmas by Little House Needleworks. I'll insert a picture of the full thing because I'm doing all 9 blocks together.
Oh, I love this one.
So here's what I'm at. This one is stitched on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. And I'm using all of the called for colors except for the green. I just pulled a green that's in my stash because I didn't have that one.
I want to start that one. I keep
Yes.
saying, maybe I should start that this year. No.
Yeah, I don't remember when I started this one, but it's been a long time that I've been working on it. Also.
What count are you doing that on?
32 count.
I saw that done at a retreat on 25 count. It was so cute. Yes. I was like,
maybe I'll do the fall one that small. Because I also have fall on the farm, but I haven't started it.
You do have fall on the farm.
Yep.
Okay, and then this one I just have the picture of my working copy, the cover picture. And this one is Faith of the Heart with Thy Needle and Thread. And I'm doing this one on a 32 count vintage country mocha. And I'm also using the called for floss. And I need to just get back to these because they're so cute.
It's beautiful. It's crazy to me because the cover photo does not match the colors in this pattern.
No, and the bird,
So
I wasn't sure if I liked the bird because it's turning out like green instead of blue. And I liked how blue it was. But the more it sits, the more I like it.
I really like the colors. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Okay, my next one, which you've already seen the cover for, is The Fruits of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery. This one I am stitching on a 46 count fabric. I have lost the tag, so I don't know what the name is called. And I am doing mine in anchor 893 and 896. And this one, like we said, we're doing 12 strands a month. And it's just been a good pace we're keeping.
And on this one, we decided we were going to try a different floss. That's why we're doing anchor, because we wanted to see if there was much of a difference or not. Because when Joann's was going out of business, we found the anchor and it was so cheap. So we bought a bunch.
On clearance.
Yes, on clearance. Yes. Okay. My next one is called Be Kind Always by Heartstring Sampler. And I'm doing this one on another 32 count vintage by Tropical Stitches. And I'm kind of doing a mix of floss. So if you want to know when I'm done, I can tell you what I use. But this one, I've only gotten this far. So and this is the first time I'm using the Tropical Stitches fabric. And I really do like it.
A little bit so you can see the thing. Here you go. All right, my next one is another Sal that we have together. We seem to like to start things together. And that's Halloween Quaker. And I've heard it's Leela's Studio. Kim, the Contented Needleworker, said she emailed her to figure out how to pronounce her name. So I'm stitching it on 32 count Murky. And that's Picture This Plus, correct?
Yes.
I think. And we are using all of the called for colors on this one. I was really hoping to have this one finished this year, and I just lost my steam. I worked on it all of October, almost every day in October. And then a little bit into November, and then I went, I'm done.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe.
This one is the All Joys for Thine Blackbird design. And I'm doing it on 32 count Moral by Fortnite Fabrics. I love this fabric, but I can't find it anywhere. And I'm using the called for floss on this. And this one I should just buckle down and get done.
Yes, you should.
Because it's pretty.
And you're so close.
I know.
The colors are beautiful on that one.
So, I don't know if you can see the fabric, but it is one of my favorites.
It's a very crazy mottled fabric, but it works for that pattern really well. All right, my next one is Heaven in Nature by Teresa Kogut.
I love this one.
Me too. That house just suckered me right on in. And I haven't even made it to the house yet. I am stitching this one on 32 count lamb's wool, 2/2. I'm using all of the called for colors.
Her colors are just so good.
Yes, she's amazing at colors. So there's this big blank gap right below the top border. And in the pattern, there's 2 little cherubs and an alphabet right there. I do not want to put in the cherubs, so I either need to find a little saying to stitch across the top or an alphabet just stretched across the entire top. I haven't really decided yet.
Yeah.
That is that one.
Okay, up next on mine is Every Opening Flower.
I love this one too.
By With Thy Needle and Thread. And I'm doing this one on a 32 count fabric flare, and it's called Iced Coffee. And I did all the called for colors except for the blue. I did have to change it to St. Bernard. And this one's also a big one. And I've gotten like half of it done. So I just have to finish the other half.
Seeing yours makes me want to start that one.
I thought about restarting it on a smaller fabric, but
you have so much done.
I know. But that house was no joke, so
no, that house is
it's
big.
staying on the big fabric.
Yes. Okay, my next WIP is the 2017 Linens and Threads Mystery Sampler. And I'll have to insert a picture of this one. This one is stitched monochromatically for the sampler, but I decided to do an ombre look.
How many colors did you use?
I used 5. So it's DMC 501, 502, 503, 504, and 505.
Okay, because I was watching Flosstube today, and there was a gentleman that was going to be doing the new modern folk embroidery that's coming out this year, and he wanted to do it in 5 or 6 colors of green, but he could only find 4 that he really liked.
Yeah, and I did have a hard time with that too, but then I found these 5 and really liked it. So I just took the number of stitches long and divided it by 5 and just chunked it out that way, and I am loving it. Oh, I didn't even tell you what it's stitched on. It's 25 count smoky white Lugana. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I really love stitching on this fabric. But yeah, I love the greens and I love the way it's turning out. And I just started that one this year.
Yeah, I was gonna try to get a picture so I could send it to him and say, look, check this person out. Yeah. So then my next one is Hope by Shakespeare's Peddler. And I know a lot of you have seen this because this is the to Oxel that Colette, the Highway Stitcher, and Brenda, the Handwork Maniac, their October to October sale is this one this year.
The one they started Stitch West.
And they started Stitch West, yeah. So this one's on 40 count Lap and Loops Mudlark. And I'm using the called for floss, but I'm kind of struggling because it's a really pretty fabric, but it's very hard to see.
Yeah.
But in person you can see it, so I'm going to keep going.
I would at least do a little bit more and see. Because right now you're just doing the border, so maybe the border just needs some more color.
I'm hoping when I get the pinks and the red, it'll pop and you can kind of see it.
Because it is pretty fabric.
It is really pretty.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to take this one out of the bag. Oh my god. This one is Newcastle Bouquet by Teresa Kogut. And when I saw this pattern, I had to have it. So I purchased this one, and I started this one back in 2024.
I love this one, but I like 32 count, and it would be huge.
Yes. This one is stitched on 46 count Sandstone by Red Thicket. And I love working on her fabrics, and she actually lives just a few minutes away from me. So it's kind of cool. But I started this one just on a Saturday when we were stitching with some friends. Haven't done too much, but I really love working on it.
The red is amazing.
Yes. And I'm using just all of the called for DMC on it. There is another stitcher. I think it's Jen. And I think she's stitching hers on 28 count. And it's enormous.
Huge. So big. Yeah. I remember seeing hers.
So pretty. So pretty.
Isn't that what made you get started? Was you saw hers or something?
Yeah.
Was like, I want to go get something.
I saw hers at the Crazy Woman retreat. That's where she was working on it. And I was like, okay, I gotta find fabric for it, and I'm starting it.
Yeah. I remember.
So I found fabric, and then I didn't start it at the retreat because I didn't have the colors.
No.
But it was shortly after that I started it because hers was inspiring.
It was. It's awesome. Okay, so I'm doing Summer in the Country, and this is Stitching Through the Years, and it's on 32 count Vintage Smoky White, and it's the called for floss, and this is just my working copy. And I love this one, but I do have to say I'm not fond of the fabric. And you'll see because it is very thin, and these are dark colors, and you cannot carry anything.
Yes. Which is so funny because the Lugana, because I'm using the Lugana for that long sampler, and I love it, but it's thicker than the linen.
Yeah, and I've done a couple projects on this fabric, and I don't care for it, and I don't know why I keep doing them.
All right, my next one is Quaker Christmas 2 by Bygone Stitches. I also saw this one stitched at the Craft Center Fine Stitchery, and I had to copy what Jamie did on hers because it was so cute. So it's stitched on 28 count mushroom Lugana 1/1, and it's using anchor number 45 and DMC 500, and it was just so tiny and so cute that I had to stitch it that way.
Yeah.
And this one I started forever ago also. 2020.
That's the one you should pull out for the month of December.
Well, I already have another one for the month of December, which I'll show you. And I think that I could possibly get that one done in the month of December, so we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, so my at home with a needle and thread is on 32 count Dune by Atomic Ranch. And I am using the called for floss. And Jordan has more than I do. But I do have my border stitched. I think it actually goes this way. So I do have my border all the way around.
The fabric doesn't want to cooperate.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we said, we're just working on that one day a month. Whatever we get done in that one day, we get done in that one day.
Just a little at a time.
Yep.
We feel like if we just make small goals like that, then it's more, we can follow it.
Yeah, we actually work on it.
Yeah.
Because we've tried making bigger goals and it just falls right through the cracks. And we just give up. Okay, the next one, and if you can't tell, I like Teresa Kogut, is Remember Me by Teresa Kogut. And we actually started this one together, and I think it was 2024 at the Southern Utah Stitchers Retreat.
Yeah, I think so.
She's done.
I couldn't put it down.
And I just couldn't seem to pick it up. So mine is stitched on 32 count Bramble, 2/2 with all of the called for colors. This is all I've got done, guys. That's it.
And I was working on another big one by Teresa Kogut.
Yeah.
And I had to stop. And I think I got that one done within 6 months.
Yeah.
Because I just couldn't stop.
Flew through it. So I need to get my butt in gear and get mine done.
Yeah. Okay, so Halloween Quaker, the same one we're working on. We're doing all called for 32 count murky called for floss. And when we did this, we started on opposite sides. So if we just sew it together, we're finished.
Have a fully finished project.
So maybe by next year.
It's fun to see what you've stitched and what I've stitched.
Yeah.
And we're meeting in the middle.
And I did change like just this area a little bit.
Camera.
I'm kind of just changing a little bit of things to make it make more sense. I don't decorate for Halloween, but I loved this one. So that's why we did it.
I'm always drawn to Halloween cross-stitch projects, but I don't decorate for Halloween. Because I love to just decorate for fall. Okay, my next one is Rose Quaker by, I'm going to butcher this, Stickadine von der Weinberg, I think.
And I love this one too.
This one, I went to the Crazy Woman Retreat, saw it on the brag table, and it was Robin that stitched it. And she goes, you know, if you just click that little button that says buy now, it's amazing. So I hit buy now, and then I had to start it.
And it's so pretty.
So this one's stitched on 25 count bone, 1/1. And if you haven't noticed, I love 25 count also. And it's just all of the called for DMC. And I absolutely love the colors. It's beautiful.
They're not like your normal pinks and because they've got the tan colors and stuff in it, but they work so good with that fabric. Yeah. It's so
and the crazy
pretty.
thing is there's so many more browns and tans than there are pinks in this, but it looks so pink when it's done. But it's beautiful.
It is very pretty.
Robin's is stitched big as well, but hers was gorgeous, and I had to have it.
Okay, so my next one is the January wordplay. And we have all 12 of these. And this is as many that we've done. And it's not even finished.
So she has started one. I have started 0.
This is a goal for next year. 26. We're going to get these out. And I did this on 32 count vintage country mocha. And I just pulled colors that I thought would match because I didn't have the colors in my stash. So I just kind of am rolling with them.
That looks cute.
But that's as far as I got.
Gosh, you're probably halfway done with it.
Probably could have it done by January if I just do it.
You probably could.
All I have is this little snowman guy.
Yeah, you could totally have that done by January.
And then maybe I can work on February next. I don't know. Call me crazy.
We just get a little sidetracked, like we said, with other projects, you know. All right, this is my December focus.
Oh, yeah.
Which is Santa Stops Here by Brenda Gervais. And I'm using all of the called for threads. And this is a 46 count fabric by Red Thicket, but I don't know the name. So sorry.
And you're trying the Nurge hoop for the first time, right?
I am.
And how do you like it?
I actually really like it. Especially when I can fit the whole project in one hoop.
Yeah.
So this one I started it this year. And I've kind of just been using it for temperature stitching and working on that gigantic house. And I have been loving it. And so I said, you know what? It's going to be my focus for December. And hopefully maybe I can get a finish. I do need your opinion though, because the satin stitches on the door, I don't know if I love them.
Oh.
So you guys can tell me what you think.
You can't really tell, Mom. I'd have to see with my glasses on. They look great.
Awesome. But you guys can tell me what you think with your glasses on. I don't know. They're I just did them yesterday. And I just don't know. To me, it pops out too much compared to the rest of the stitching.
But let me look real quick. Let me look really quick. Oh, I like it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it'll grow on me. And I think once I have the whole house done and stuff,
yeah, I like
it so much.
I like it for reals.
Okay. Yeah, I love working on it. It's so much fun to work on.
So many people have done that one, and I love it, but I can't start anything new. I like to tell myself I have to finish 2 to start a new one, but we all know how that goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is my Autumn Love, and you said we're doing it on what fabric?
28 count mushroom Lugana.
Okay, and I'm doing the called for floss. And I'm going to change mine. Instead of it saying autumn, I think I'm going to put welcome so I can keep it up all year.
Yeah. I know. I was kind of bummed to find that she didn't have one of these for every season.
Right?
I was really hoping she did, but she only has one for autumn.
Yeah.
But it's been fun to stitch on.
It's an easy stitch. Like,
yes.
If you just
swap colors.
Yeah. If you need something big, it would be a good, like, card project if you're doing it the size we are. Because it's easy to see and it's block colors.
Okay. My next one is another Heaven and Earth design.
We've gotten a lot done on that.
I know. This one is Toffee by Joanne Rowland. This one is now retired, so you can no longer get this pattern. And this is the horn of the cow. This one is also a gift for somebody sitting next to me. But it's stitched 25 count 1/1 on potato Lugana. And then just all the called for DMC. And this one is really fun to stitch. But in this part of the horn right here, you'll never know because you don't know what the pattern looks like.
Right.
But I made a huge mistake. And I had to just kind of fudge it all to make it the right size of what it should be. So that one kind of frustrated me a little bit, so I had put it away for a little while. But I am trying to do 500 stitches a month on it, which won't be done anytime soon, but just to keep touching it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the last time I only saw like that little section. Like I hadn't seen very much of that. So you've gotten a lot done since I saw it last. And then this one is the Christmas garden that Jordan and I are doing together that she didn't know. Started. And it's on a 25 count ivory Lugana. And I'm doing it with Weeks Dye Works, moss, straw, and Havana. And then Gentle Art Schoolhouse Red. And I've got a big start.
This is why I forgot she started it. Because she's only worked on it for 1 day.
Yeah, it was because this one was one of the 25 count and I didn't have good lighting. So it was really hard for me to see. So I think that now that I have a better light, I'll be able to work on this better.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay. Next. And this has to be my most proud WIP at the moment. It's the furthest one I have done on a full coverage. This is Trick or Treat by Randall Spangler, charted by Hade.
And it's amazing.
I have hit 30% done. And this one...
You're in.
I accidentally rotated the fabric in the wrong direction when I started.
So she only has them.
So I stitched the black down to the bottom because I was sweating bullets that it wasn't going to fit. And Grandpa said he can frame it and make it work, which is that small margin. But I absolutely love this project. And this is actually the second time I have started it. So do you remember that? So
that was a blanket.
The very first time I started it, I decided to stitch on 18 count Aida. The fabric was as tall as me. And like I had to stretch out my entire arm span to hold it up.
Well, tell them about what your husband did for you.
So, I should see if I can find a picture and put it in. I could not wrangle that much fabric, and I didn't know how to stitch on this thing. So my husband took PVC pipe and made me a custom scroll frame that was probably as long as my stinking couch. And it went clear across my couch, and I held it up with my Lowry frame, my Lowry stand on one end, and then like propped up pillows on the other end to hold it. And it was huge. And after I stitched, I didn't even do that.
That was your first Handmade, wasn't it?
Yeah, my very first one. And I hadn't ventured into stitching on anything smaller than 18 count. So I was nervous about that. But yeah, after starting it, I'm like, okay, this thing is way too big and I'm never going to get it done. And so I said, nope, we're going to restart that and we're going to do it on 25 count instead. And I'm very glad I made the switch because now I love working on it and it's not going to be a blanket.
And usually, we both usually have Sundays as like pretty much a stitch day.
Yeah.
Where we just stay home, stay in our jammies, and stitch most of the day. Her husband watches sports. My husband just relaxes. So she's gotten a lot done because that's been her Sunday stitch mostly.
Yeah. And then this year I did switch to the bookworm. But yeah, Sundays are my full coverage stitching days. And I can usually get between 1,000 and 1,500 stitches on a Sunday. A good Sunday.
On Sunday.
So, not at this time of the year because it's a little busy. But
it's really busy right now.
Yeah.
I'm also working on A Tisket a Tasket by Rosewood Manor. And this one, I started it. I was a little intimidated. There's a lot of color changes. Her grandma finished it and it was absolutely beautiful. So I watch dogs a lot. So I go sit at their houses and I watch their dogs and I have a lot of cross stitching. So I decided that this year when I go dog sit that I was going to take this project because I can sit and I can concentrate and just do all the colors and everything. So here's A Tisket a Tasket.
Is that Rosewood Manor?
It's by Rosewood Manor. And I'm doing it on 32 count Ren casual linen. And I am using all of the called for fancy floss. There might be a change in there because I think one of the colors didn't really work. But this is how far I've gotten.
Didn't you start it in DMC and then you didn't like that?
Yeah.
So there wasn't enough color difference?
Yeah.
So then you switched to the called for?
Yes, because there wasn't any not very good.
There we go.
Thing with the DMC. I didn't care for it. And I figure if I'm going to put this much work into it, I'm going to use the fancy floss.
Yeah, and that one can definitely be an heirloom that can be passed on.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Okay. Next is another full coverage. I have a lot of these, just so you guys know. This one I just started in October. It's called Welcome Home by Sherry Gerhardt, I'm guessing is how you say it. Very measly start. I think I've only done like 1,000 stitches on it or something. I don't even know if I've done that many, to be honest. But this year we took our kids to Universal Studios and they have been into the Harry Potter this year, the 3 boys. So this Harry Potter stitch is going to be completed and framed and hung in our movie room, I've decided.
Oh, yeah, that'll be nice.
Because they all like different houses. It has all the different houses on it.
I was watching somebody today who was showing full coverage, and they're like, you think you do so much, because each one of these squares, they grid it, and they're like, each one of these squares is 100 stitches.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, you haven't done anything. Mom was like, that's so true. I've only got one full coverage going, and it's a little rough for me.
But like, I get so excited seeing my numbers on Sundays when I get above 1,000 stitches. I'm like, yes, I got so much done. And then I'll show my husband. I'm like, look what I did today. And he's like, I don't notice a difference. And I'm like, you just be quiet, okay?
Yeah. So that's like my husband. I finish it and I'm like, this one's probably my best one. He's like, it looks like all the rest. I'm like, oh, you did not just say that.
Yeah. So we just send pictures to each other instead.
And all of our friends. Yeah. All of you guys know how how important it is.
Yes.
Okay, so the next one I call it a sheep sampler. It's by Jordy and Parade, and it's like the Histories Day
something.
But it's a bunch of charts that have sheep.
And we'll put a picture in.
I'm doing it on a 28 count, or I think it was 28. Yeah, and Jordan did it on a 32. And once I started, I was like, this is a lot bigger than yours, it seems like. So, but I'm going to finish it. It's easy stitching. It's cute.
Love the colors. I started this one a couple years ago, and I actually stitched it for my grandma, because every time we went to the craft center of Fine Stitchery, she just kept saying, I'm going to buy those patterns. I really want to do that.
Yeah.
So I went and bought them and started it secretly. And we went to the craft center, and she had the patterns in her hand. And I was like, Grandma, you can't buy those. You can't buy them.
And she was like, yeah, I can.
Yeah. So I had to tell her I was stitching it. But it turned out really cute. Yeah. And it was so fun to stitch.
And Jordan will get a picture and put it in there since I don't have all the patterns with me.
Yep.
So.
Okay, my next one is Whimsical Witch by Svetlana Hairbach. I don't know how to say last name, sorry.
Super cute.
Yes. And I've seen quite a few people stitching this one lately.
Really?
Yeah. But her eyeballs are so cute. This is a 16 count fiber on a whim fabric. I don't know the name of it, but it has spiders all over it. And I thought it would be fun for this witch.
Well, originally it was supposed to be a present, but then she's so stinking cute, you decided to keep her yourself.
Yeah.
She is so cute.
She's a lot more stitching than I thought.
Yeah, because you've worked on her a lot.
Yeah, I started it in June, and I've had a few good stitching days on her, but she's big. And then she has a lot of back stitching, and I haven't even started that part. But yeah, she's cute.
Okay, so this is the Cricut Collection Spring, and it's on a 32 count Stony Point linen. I'm going to use just the Call for DMC, and we also have all of these patterns, and we haven't done them. Well, Jordan did one.
I finished the autumn one. Yeah.
You're going to be surprised at how much I got done.
Oh! You're so close.
Here's my start of my eye for spring.
That looks like a very stiff fabric.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very stiff.
And you can hear it.
Yeah, it's very stiff. And I did it on this because, well, the fabric was given to me. And I think it'll be really cute.
Yeah.
But I needed something. I was having a procedure done this year, and I was like, I need something to distract me. I need a new start. So I just went in and grabbed whatever I had kitted, and this was it. So, and that's how far I got.
Well, at least you can say you started this year, not 4 years ago, and that's all you have.
Right. And I have the fabric for the blue. I have a blue fabric for the winter.
Is it also stiff too?
It's also very stiff.
I think I have the same fabric.
Yes, you do.
Now that I think about it.
Very stiff. So I don't know if I love it, but I'm going to use it because it was given to me.
Okay, so my next WIP is another full coverage. And this one is a wine tasting room, and it's the Max Color version by Lars Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Design. I also started this one in October because as soon as I saw this pattern, I had to have it.
That one seems really fun because you're already into pictures.
Yeah, already into pictures.
Instead of like the sky or...
And I think the whole pattern is going to be that way. And it's so colorful and bright that I think it'll be fun. There are a ton of color changes because of the Max Color. But the detail, like just in these grapes already.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It would be fun because there's a lot of different colors and you can see things. But is it also, do you think it's going to be like I need to put it away. There's too much color.
It was pretty frustrating because I spent an entire Sunday working on this, and I think I got maybe 500 stitches because of how often the color changes.
Yeah.
And working in the diagonal on this one, I don't think I'm going to love it.
So you're going to try to do like, is it the typewriter? Where you just pick a chunk and go down? Or
I don't know. I have been watching Gemma Stitches.
Okay.
She does, most of her videos are just like stitch alongs.
Oh, I'll have to check her out.
But she does a method where she kind of just takes it's kind of diagonal, but she kind of just takes a chunk and builds on it. But she doesn't skip any stitches. So like it has to be touching another stitch in order to stitch that one. Okay. You'll have to watch one of her videos. But I think that would be good on this one because then I won't mess up the colors or anything. And it gets pretty thick behind the fabric with all the color changes.
Because you do your full coverage as using your iPad or your tablet.
My tablet, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I put it in a Q-snap and I stitched two-handed with my Lowry stand. Which that's going to have to change because we got a new couch. So my husband's buying me a new lap stand for Christmas. But it's not Christmas yet, so I can't try it.
That should be fun.
Yeah. But this is on a 28 count. And ash gray.
It's pretty.
And normally I just do white, but when we went to Pine Needles. And they didn't have a big enough piece in white, so I just got the gray. And I think I like the gray.
Is it just like, is it even weave?
Yeah, okay. It's an even weave. And then just all the called for colors on that one. So that one will be a very slow full coverage, but I think it'll be beautiful.
Okay. So my next one, I'm not going to try to say. I just call it the Gnomes, and it's by Jordy Privé. And I started this one. I thought they were so cute. And I've stitched it, but I haven't touched it at all this year. And I'm doing it on a 28 count Joblin Sage. And I'm using the called for DMC. And I've got the top done. So part of me wanted to stop. And just make it like a pillow or a drum. But
that'd be cute.
When I pulled it out, I thought, just stitch the rest. It'll be so cute.
It will be really cute when it's done.
I'm gonna
I bet you if you worked on it again, it'd probably go fast.
Oh, well, this was really fast. I think I did it for
color.
A New Year start, like one of the 12 by 12 things. I think I did it at one of our New Year's things and just started it, and just that was my New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't remember what one.
Okay, so I have 6 more WIPs, but I can't call them WIPs according to my husband. So these projects are projects I have not touched this year. So my husband came up with a term and said if you haven't stitched on a WIP for at least 6 months, it becomes a wig. And I looked at him and I was like, wig? What is a wig? So he said, works in the graveyard. I said, I like that. I like it. So we're running with it. So these are my wigs. They're all full coverage projects.
They're not dead to you, though.
They're not dead to me.
They're just dead for the year.
They're not UFOs. They're just haven't been touched in 6 months because I've had lots of other projects to work on. Yes. So this one is Amazing Animal Kingdom by Amy Stewart. And this one I bought as a kit from Handmade. And I wanted to try the Easy Count or Easy Grid fabric. It's 25 count. I don't love it.
I think I would get confused with the grays.
That's what I have been having issues with. And when I'm stitching lighter colors, like in this parrot that's up here, it's hard to decipher if the gray lines is an already stitched stitch or not. And I kept miscounting. So I'm going to keep going on it. I'm going to keep stitching on it. And I'm probably just going to ignore the grid lines and stitch like I usually do.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, I don't know. Maybe that's a lot of work when it's finished. So
Yeah.
if you're just going to ignore the lines, then yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to ignore the lines and I'll just keep working on it. And either I'll start to make it into a diagonal or, I don't know, something.
I think with as many Hades that you do, that you'll be fine not worrying about your lines.
Yeah.
Because
I
you're
can just
so
focus
used
on
to
the
it.
stitches. Yeah. I think this was the second full coverage I ever started. And this one was the first one I did start on 25 count before I restarted the trick or treat.
Oh.
And so I was pretty nervous to start this one and stuff. And then the grid lines, I was like, ah. So I haven't worked on it for quite a while.
Yeah.
But I want to get back into it because I do really like the pattern.
Yeah. Okay. And then this one is called Modern Botanical Wedding Sampler. And it's by Counting Petals. And Jordan's husband will insert a picture here. I'm using a fabric flare because it has a lot of like lacy white back stitching and I didn't want to do it. And this is actually for my daughter who is getting married. Let me put this behind it. And she wanted to incorporate more blues. So I did see somebody on Instagram who was nice enough to give me her color conversion. But I will have to find out and write her name down because it's been a while. So my daughter's getting married in August and I better get moving if I want to get this done.
Better.
So this is the top. So I got part of it, but this is a 32 count fabric flare white floral lace.
Which I think is perfect for the pattern.
It does look really pretty because it has that lace.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure about some of the colors, but I'm going to trust the designer because only some of the blues have been put in, but a lot of the other colors are still the same. So I've got to trust the designer because it does look really pretty. So you guys will see a lot more of that in 26 because I got to get it finished.
You've got, what, 7 months?
Less than that because I got to get it framed. I'm hoping to have that done by May before summer and all of the craziness starts. That's what I'm hoping.
That would be good.
Yeah, I think I can. If I can do that, then it'll give me more time to focus on other wedding stuff.
And I think you can because when you buckle down on a project and you have a deadline, you get it done.
And I'm hoping 2026 slows down. Yeah. We say that, but
because this year has flown by.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is a full coverage. It's Beauty and the Beast, but it's by Cross Stitch. I don't know if it's supposed to be V or 5, like a Roman numeral.
Oh, okay.
On Etsy. And it's a stained glass Beauty and the Beast, which is my favorite Disney movie.
Mine too.
This is why we're best friends too. And this one, I was so excited to start it. And then this was my measly little start.
You would think that one would be good because it's block colors. Is there a lot of color change in those? Like for shading or no?
Not a ton. Like I think this red block had 2 or 3 colors and same with the green and purple. But I don't think it's going to be, I don't know. I don't think it'll be too confetti heavy.
Okay.
But I think I need to see more of it coming together.
To get excited.
This one I was on the fence about making it a UFO. Just because I was like, I don't know. Am I actually going to stitch it? Am I not? But I kept thinking of Marie.
Uh-huh.
And she stitched a Nightmare Before Christmas one. And it looks so cute. So I'm like, nope, I'm going to keep going. I need to put in maybe at least a page worth of stitching. And go from there. And decide if it's...
That's not a bad idea to do a page and...
Yeah. And these pages weren't as big as like Heaven and Earth design pages. So I don't think it'll take me too terribly long to try to do that.
Yeah. Maybe you can somehow work it into your temperature stitch or... We tried WIP Go. That one kind of worked for a few months.
Yeah. And then we fizzle out
we do.
fast on that.
So maybe.
I think that next year I want to try the ABC stitching, which Jade, the 310 stitcher, I think she's the one that came up with it, where she put all of her WIPs in alphabetical order.
Okay.
And then she said, okay, I'm going to grab this one, and once I get 1,000 stitches on it, I put it away and grab the next one.
Oh.
And she just works her way down. No timeline. So I think I want to try that next year so that all of my wigs turn into WIPs instead of wigs. And then I can really, truly decide if it's a project I want to keep going on or if I want to UFO it.
Yeah. Now, if you decide to do something like that, are you going to also include new starts? Or is that only going to be your WIPs will go through that and then you can just add in your new starts?
Add in new starts? That's a good question.
Something to think about.
Maybe if it's a new start and I haven't hit that part of the alphabet yet.
Oh.
So I can add it in. But if I've already gone through all the A's and then I start a project that's an A, then maybe it'll be added into the next year. If I like it, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Because I didn't really think about
that. Me either till just now. Okay, so this one I started as my leap year project. And
this year?
Yeah. Was it this year?
Last year.
I don't know.
Last year was leap year.
Whenever it was leap year. I started it and I'm supposed to have it done by the next leap year. But
I think it was last year.
So
we're almost 2 years in on
anyways, this one is my Fractor flower. And Deb from Country Stitches, every time she showed this, I just died. It was so beautiful. And so I had to get it. And I thought, I can finish this in 4 years. Well,
it's been almost
I've only worked on it for like 1 summer. But I love it still. It's on 32 count vintage country mocha. I use that fabric a lot. And I'm using the called for DMC. And this is what I have done. So I better get moving on it.
Do you think if you made this one a monthly goal, like 1 day a month?
Well, the reason I even got this much done was because every time my husband wanted to go fishing, I took this cross stitch because all the other ones were on a light fabric. And I was like, I can do it because I don't want to get dirty. And then like the last 3 times we went fishing, it was windy. And you can't stitch when there's
take your baseball bubble.
I better do something. Maybe he should find a fishing friend and I can stay home and stitch.
It's a great idea too. Well, somebody wants to buy a boat.
I know.
So that would be my husband. Maybe they can be fishing
buddies.
Yes. Okay, this one, I absolutely love this picture. And I don't know why. I have only done, I don't even know how many stitches on it. But it's Colorful Jungle Stroll by Jim Zuckerman. It's a big, beautiful, colorful elephant. And I love elephants.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't think I've seen that one.
You haven't? We'll insert a picture of the cover photo for sure. And as soon as I bought it, I ordered fabric and I started it immediately. And then I put it away and never pulled it back out. So this is 1 day's worth of work on it.
You still got quite a bit done.
Yeah, it's a decent start.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just beautiful. And I really want to stitch it. So it's a wig, not a UFO. And I'm going to make it a whip.
I have the Floral Motif Sampler by the Scarlet House. Again, this was actually on 25 count Country Mocha. And I'm doing 1/1. And I am using the called for DMC. I really wanted to get this done last Christmas because I thought it would be fun to put my grandma's initials and her date of birth and stuff down here because my grandma is 94 years old. And so I thought it would be fun to give that one to her. But I failed. So here's what I have. And I do want to concentrate on this one.
It's really
and maybe like make a goal of a flower a week or something like, or a flower.
That would be good.
Yeah, because I think since
most of
they're
them are
small,
pretty little, yeah.
And this is so small fabric, I could get a couple of them done. Like, just make it a little goal.
That would be good.
And
you have the
achievable.
border done.
Yeah.
So that part's just out of your way.
Yeah, it's just I just gotta do all these little flowers.
I think you should do that.
That's what I'm hoping.
A flower a week.
Yeah.
And those bigger ones, even if you say 2 weeks to a year.
Well, I was thinking like on the bigger ones, like that could be like a week or a week and a half. But like, because really I could do like these 3 small ones in 1 week.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So.
Okay, my next one is Drinks on the Beach by Lars Stewart. It's on 25 count Lugana 1/1.
Look at that blue.
And this one, I was drawn to this project because it is so colorful. I don't even think there's black in this full coverage.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There might be a little bit, but not much. It's so colorful. And it's DMC colors you don't use very often.
Right.
So that's another really fun thing. And I almost finished 1 page.
Oh, wow. And you're just grading it by dots?
I did on this one to start, but now that I've like gotten into a flow of working on full coverage, I don't grade anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that'll be beautiful.
Yeah.
That'll be fun in this room.
This one.
If you ever get it done.
But I am moving my craft room. We're going upstairs.
Yes.
So that's going to be a big project. But this right here is the top of a pitcher. Like a drink pitcher.
Oh, okay.
So this one has been fun too because you jump right into stuff also.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I really want to get back to this one. I haven't touched it in quite a while. But
we're almost done, guys. Thank you for holding it so long.
Hey, I think we're making pretty good time.
I think so too. Let us know if we're going too fast.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like we might be going a little fast, but then I also think we're okay. Okay, so this one is The Winter's Past by Blackbird Design, 32 count Oaken by Picture This Putz, and it's the called for Fancy Floss. I don't know why I don't have this one done. It is so stunning. And I just keep putting it off and putting it off. And maybe it's because I think it's going to be sad when it's over with.
Because you love stitching on it?
Because it's fun. The fabric is gorgeous.
The colors are
gorgeous.
So what fabric was this?
Oaken.
Oaken? Yeah, that's beautiful.
And I have another project kitted up with the same fabric that I keep wanting to start because the fabric's so pretty, but I'm like, finish this one first.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And those colors are beautiful.
I thought maybe this would be done this year too. Maybe next year.
We just don't really make plans because we get sidetracked too easy with new projects. Okay, this next one, I had my husband purchase it for my birthday last year, and I started it on my birthday. This is Holiday Haven by Ray Powers, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And it's a giant gingerbread house. And as soon as this pattern came out, I fell in love with it and had to have it. And then it was kind of funny because I didn't know if he was going to purchase this or not. And we had started another gingerbread house that we have since UFO'd because the colors looked like...
What was the fabric, too, and the colors?
We picked very stiff fabric, but then the colors that were supposed to be white were all like pale yellows and peaches.
And it was
like,
snow. So it looked like
pea.
Yeah.
So we gave up on that one, and I'll just keep working on this one.
We might try it another time, but at this point we're like, that's way too much work.
Yeah. And if the colors are not going to look like snow, it's disappointing.
It's really hard. And I know that designers say that the pictures are hard to get. And I get that. And people say, until you see the model, you never know. But there's a lot that are way off colors.
And I kept stitching it. I wanted to keep stitching it just to make sure that our colors, like,
we put in a lot.
Yeah. And it just... It didn't look good, and we just didn't like it. So, yeah, we UFO'd those ones.
Okay, and this one is my last WIP. Not wig, but my last WIP. And this one is Excuse the Mess by Shannon Christine. And this was supposed to be a Christmas present for somebody sitting next to me. But that didn't happen either. And I'm doing this one on a 32 count Mirage Belfast linen. I'm using the called for floss, and I only have this much done. But this one I couldn't. It's hard to see.
It's a pretty dark fabric,
so it was hard to see. But I have a better light that I just got.
It's dark and heavily mottled. So
yes,
I could see why that one would be hard.
It was very hard. So you have to have good light.
Yes, it's cute though. Okay, and my last one, it's a wig, is Sewing Desk by Amy Stewart. I also like Amy Stewart for full coverage. This one's 25 count Lagana, 1/1. And this one I just thought was super cute because we also love to sew. And I think I've made pretty good progress on it. I haven't stitched on it for a little while. Like, this is a stack of fabric, and then right here starts a little patchwork teddy bear.
What was this one?
The sewing desk that has that big blue sewing machine.
Yeah.
And it's fun to stitch on because the colors are very bright.
So what was your method on that one? You were just trying to work in chunks across, or?
Yeah, so I did put a grid on it with a friction pen that it will remove with heat, but the colors kind of just flowed across because they're bolts of fabric that are sitting right there. So I just start at the top and I would pick a color and just work it in.
Okay.
And then the next empty space, I'd pick a color and work it in, and so on and so forth. And like, I have most of up here completely full. There's a little bit of ninja stitching in there, but get it up close so you can see it. But yeah, this one's been fun to work on too.
So Jordan inspired me to try full coverage this year. So I did start a full coverage in probably July or August. And I was supposed to do 500 a month. And I kind of petered out on that. Only because life got busy. Yeah. So I really am going to concentrate on doing this. I think another issue on this one is that I am a top left-hand stitcher, and she showed me how to do the diagonal from the right, and so it throws my brain off.
So we stitch in opposite directions.
Yes.
So my bottom leg goes from bottom left to top right, and her bottom leg goes from bottom right to top left. So my brain functions for diagonal stitching from the right hand side. And I didn't think about that for her brain. So I started her on the right hand side.
So her husband will also insert a picture. It's called Barnyard Animals, and it's by Heaven and Earth Design. And I'm really not sure what fabric I chose
it's definitely
to do this on. 25.
I think it's 25. Let me see the actual stitches.
And I'm doing
28 count.
Called for and colors. And right now all I have is the sky. But I'm working on it, and
that's a good starting point for that one though, because it's not super confetti heavy.
Yeah. Well, I'm down here. I'm get into my tree because there's a tree with apples, and I think that'll be really fun.
That'll be fun.
And so I'm gonna start getting into that in the next little bit. So I'm pretty excited. And I keep going like on a diagonal, and then I'm like, well, it makes sense to me that I should just finish out these colors. But really down in this diagonal, there's still more of that color. So I'm still trying to figure out how to do a full coverage.
It took me a long time, and I still change all the time, but it took me a long time to kind of get a flow down of how I like to stitch full coverage. Mm-hmm. I tried like the block by block, the parking, the row by row, all the different types, and each project's different. Like the max color ones, I think you have to stitch different than the normal ones because there's so much more confetti in it.
Right. So I did bring along a project, and I've been stitching on this for a long, long time. But we have a lot of friends who are going to watch this WIP Parade, and they've been wanting to see this project because I keep saying that I've been working on it. But I bet you I've been working on this project for 10 years.
Long time.
So this is just a copy because it's
a digital
pattern, and he is all done in different shades of blues. And my sister-in-law purchased it so I could stitch it for her. And I told her one day
it's full coverage as well.
But I did mess up.
Lots and lots of blues.
All different blues. And my issue that I'm having is there's a piece right here where his eye is, where I'm off. And I'm worried that if I finish it, it's going to totally show. But then Jordan told me to just finish. This is a page finish right here. So she's like, just finish your page right here and see if you can
see if the eye looks
if
fine.
the eye is okay, because everything else is on. So it's just up here in this little area that it's off.
So it's this eye right here.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I think it was the eyebrow or something.
It's like right here where his creases.
Yeah.
And so I'm worried about it, but I'm like, so all I need to really do is just stitch on him and finish that page and then make my decision. So this might, and I've already started this twice.
Yeah.
So this might be a toss, but if I can figure it out, maybe she'll get it for one day. So we'll see. But that one has been around for probably at least 10 years.
Yeah.
If not more.
And it's just been frustrating the whole time she's stitching on it.
It's so frustrating to me, but I want to finish it. I think it would be cool, but
it would look really cool. But yeah, I would just fill in that eye and see if it looks off.
Yeah.
And decide. Because, yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Then he's a UFOer.
Yes. Well,
all right.
I think that's all we have.
Yeah, it is.
There is one I was thinking about that I forgot to grab. Do you remember that Stony Creek Christmas banner? We started it how many years ago? I'll have to grab it and show you guys because
mine's finished.
Hers is finished. Her mom did it with us. Her mom busted out. It was her first cross stitch.
Do you want me to see?
She hurried and did it. I'll bring mine and show it one day because
when she brings hers, I'll pull out my finished one and show you guys.
So that one I'm not going to finish, but my husband said I need to because my back on that one is so messy. And he's like, just finish it. And you can see how much progress you've accomplished. Like how
we have for sure how far away.
Yeah, how far you've come with stitching. So
yeah.
But
yes, that one was cuss words and tears.
Yeah.
Mine, my little boy, colored pink highlighter all over my white stitches. It's just pretty. I can laugh now.
Yes.
Which she said I would laugh one day. But in the moment, I was pretty pissed. It was my fault for leaving the highlighter sitting there next to it on the couch. But yeah, that one, I don't know if they'll ever finish it or not, but
I don't know. Maybe I'll bring it out.
yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
But thank you guys for sticking with us today. I know it's a long one.
Thank you.
And we will be back again, probably, we're hoping in the next couple weeks to at least maybe do like a plans for 2026.
Yeah.
But Christmas is in what?
2 weeks.
2 weeks from today. So we might not get back to you until January, but we can tell you our January 2026 plans then.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for all your sweet comments.
Yes,
thank you for liking
so
and
much.
subscribing and sharing.
And for your support of Colt.
Yes,
We
and
just
your
love
support
that.
for Colt.
Yeah.
So
He's been like, Mom, is there any new comments today? So I'm having to read him all the comments you guys leave about how cute he is and how awesome he is. So he's been excited about that. So thank you.
Well, we want to wish you guys all happy holidays.
Yes.
And
We hope you get lots of stitching done and relax and enjoy it.
yes, stay warm if there's cold weather. We're in Utah. And
shockingly, we've been in the 50s this week, which is not normal
Yeah.
at all.
It's
Usually
so
we have
warm.
snow and ice by now.
I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
I'm not, but
But it's been very nice here.
Yeah.
So
unusual, but nice.
yes. So get your stitching in, stay warm, enjoy your family, and we will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.